the king. Like, wow. This episode of Hunter, I enjoyed it for some reason more than the past couple episodes. Now, most people will say, oh, but the last couple episodes had so much action and everything. But this episode was more so character development driven. It, like, gave more character development to the king, which was by far my favorite part of the episode. But it also gave to that chameleon guy, and it gave us the reason as to why he's following Gon, what's his goal. And I really like that guy. He got a lot of spunk to him. He has, like, you know, his own motives and goals, but he's a smart guy for an ant, so to speak, and he knows what he wants to do, and he knows what he needs to do in order to get his revenge. Learning more about him, it's starting to feel like, I think that every ant that is born from, a human and whatnot, they have the ability to remember their past. I think all of them have the ability. I think it's just a matter of something needs to trigger who they were in their previous life so that they can understand it now and they can remember it now. Like with Colt, it took that particular part with, it just kept on building up and building up with Colt. With this guy, I feel as though it took that, Peggy getting killed for him to feel like, wait, why do I feel so bad that Peggy was killed? And then it kept on coming back to him little by little. I think it's just with most of the ants, they can, or they choose to ignore it, or if they remember, they're like, I don't give a fuck, this is what I am right now. And that's the difference between each ant. It varies from ant to ant. Who gives a fuck, who doesn't, who had that moment, who hasn't. There's a lot of variables, I think, when it comes to it. But the main thing is I definitely say that triggering moment is what it takes to remember their previous life. Now, if they remember their previous life and they give a fuck, that's their decision from there on. But definitely that's what I felt after getting the chameleon guy. His backstory and whatnot, which it kind of, I believe this guy. I definitely believe him. His power, at first, it seemed like a bit broken. I was like, yo, this is like Guldo from DBZ or something where he holds his breath and he could freeze time or something. But it also comes with like a consequence as well, because the king, all it takes is, if the king, even for a moment, knows that he's around, the king just has to do like a fucking 360, throwing punches, and bam, that's it, done. Chameleon guy, done. So it does come with risk, so it's not OP or hacks like I previously thought when I first seen his ability and how he was linking it up with Gon. But it could be a very strong thing, because let's just say he's holding Gon's hand and he's using this ability. Gon can definitely defend him and stand in front of him, so any punch that the king throws, which by the way, the king probably could fucking pierce through Gon at this point, but any punch he throws at him, it'll, negate it. And I'm curious as to how many people can he possibly do this with. Could it just be one person? Can he have, like, each hand have a different person? Because if that's the case, fucking have Netero and Gon right there. Bam, bam, some crazy, like, onslaught on the fucking king. And that's also interesting seeing that Peggy, he kind of reverts back and get to look a little bit more why he was book smart, and it kind of makes a little more sense why he was so intelligent about a lot of things and why he can make such deductions when he's just like a fucking penguin ant. So I like that as well, getting more backstory, even to some ant that died like 10 episodes ago. So a lot of good character development there with a character that seems to be, he's going to be somewhat important, especially in the fight against the Ant King and a lot of these ants, because if they don't see him coming, then he can fuck their shit up. But the best thing about this episode by far was the Ant King himself and getting more into his mind and understanding what he thinks about many different things. And it's like him playing these board games and him challenging the best of every game. It's kind of like him having the superiority complex. I think he feels like he's better than everything, everyone on this entire planet. And that's why he wants, bring me the best so I can shut them down and show them that I am truly the king. And I don't know if that's just part of his genetics, if that's what the king is supposed to be. But like if there were other kings, it would be like fucking ridiculous, because this one king alone has so much pride, so much anger. I don't even know if you would really call it anger. I think, if anything, the anger is just that he feels like they're all scum to him. They're all a bunch of shit faces to him. So he feels like he's superior to them. And it's just all, I think, involves a big superiority complex. But as well as him trying to understand humans in a way and see, like, is this really what they do? Is this the pinnacle to their existence? And it's almost as if it's like humans to cockroaches. We look at them like, yo, what the fuck, these cockroaches, And I think that that's mainly what he feels as though humans are, and he's trying to understand them a little bit more, trying to see where he can go, and it really adds a lot of complexities to this character, and I really like that. The character development and just character building in general in this episode, with the king mainly, was what really I was focused on, because the king at the end of the day is the main focus of this whole thing. He is the big baddie, although the chameleon, again, he might be a huge asset to fighting the king, so it kind of all balanced out, and I feel as though for a character development episode, I really enjoyed it, and I feel as though it was done a lot better than the past two episodes. episodes just because past 2 episodes were meaning like battles, and this one I felt was more pivotal and just overall more important to the main overall plot of what's going on. You know, at the end of the day, it is versus the Ant King and the Royal Guards, and seeing, you know, Knuckle and them, everybody's getting prepared. So a lot of preparations, a lot of good setup, and a lot of good development with this episode. And it was just enjoyable, especially from the King part on. I just was like glued to the fucking screen like, yes, we need more of this fucking epic badass known as Meruem. Thing that caught my eye, though, is when he had that last challenger come in. Well, he still got to challenge the Chinese checkers or whatever the hell he was playing against that one guy, but when that girl came in with the snot coming down her face, from the moment you hear from the announcer that this is something big and this is going to change the course of the king, I'm guessing, and this is me throwing out a prediction, she's probably going to own his ass in whatever game they're going to play. And right there, that's going to make him question, I'm not the best. I'm not better than these fucking cockroach shitbugs. And I think that's what's going to be a big, important part to where the king goes from here on out. Again, this is speculation. I'm not a manga reader. For those that question, like, oh, why are you questioning? I don't read the manga. I haven't read the manga. So that's why I have a lot of speculation when it comes to certain things like this. Overall, I feel like this was a very good episode, very important episode, because the king is the creme de la creme of this arc, and learning more about him and how he views humans and just him with the superiority complex was very awesome. And that chameleon as well, I think as though he is definitely going to be big to this arc and the final fight with the king. Hopefully, anyway, because his power right now looks like it could be very promising if it's used with the right people in combination. So, just got to wait and see. I'm going to give this one 8.5 out of 10. Yes, it was very good character development, and I feel as though it went back to the main focus of what this whole shit is about to begin with, and that's the king and him trying to destroy everybody. So let me know what you guys think. First of all, anime-only viewers, who is that girl? What is going to be her importance? I mean, we know who she is, but what is going to be her relevancy to this arc regarding what she's going to do to the king? Is she going to whip his ass in the game that they play? Is it something that she's going to say that is going to make him change his whole thoughts about humans and about what is he doing? And also, that chameleon, do you think he's going to be very pivotal in the final fight against the king? Maybe he's going to go and work with Netero after Knuckle evaluates what he can do. And just your overall thoughts of this episode. Again, I feel as though even though it didn't have action, it doesn't need always action. And this episode was a prime example of great character development and great setup. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up for Meruem, because this motherfucker just showed like, yo, he's beasting games by just reading a quick couple pages about the game and fucking people up. State champions. Give him some props. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.